Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Scott Cross, head coach of the men's basketball program here at Troy University. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And obviously, everyone is excited. The start of the Scott Cross era is just around the corner. And I know you've got to be excited about the start of the season as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's less than a week away. And yeah, our guys have been working extremely hard every single morning at 6:30 in the morning. And you know, we've had 20 plus practices. We've had defensive boot camp all summer long. So we're ready to play somebody else and have it count for real.
Well, let's talk about the transition, especially for you, moving into a new program and getting things started. Just where are you right now in making sure that you've got the program where you want it to be?
I think the first thing we wanted to do was kind of establish our culture, which was one of toughness, competitiveness, being selfless, communicating, taking ownership, and I think we've established that. This group is really, really tough. They've shown signs of competitiveness. I think we're a pretty close group, very unselfish basketball team right now. So I think from a core value, who we are, I think we're pretty close to where we want to be.
And you weren't completely unfamiliar with Troy as a program with your past experience. So no, you kind of knew what you were getting into over here. So has the Troy environment been what you were expecting it to be, and any surprises there?
I don't know that there's any surprises. I mean, when we played here, I saw Trojan Arena and knew how nice it was, and you know, jogged up and down George Wallace and loved the area, and it's a beautiful place. I think probably the biggest, not necessarily surprise, but positive thing is just how the community, the supporters have kind of embraced Troy athletics in general. You can go into any restaurant, somebody's wearing the Power Tee. It's exciting to see that. I think you win basketball games. I really believe the community, the students will come out and support us, and so I'm fired up about that opportunity to get it started and win some basketball games.
And you mentioned there briefly about the boot camp, and I know this is something I was following on social media and seeing the daily updates, and this looked like just a fun, I know it was a strenuous experience for the players and maybe even the coaches, but talk about that experience, especially since we got to follow along, including the big day where they were pushing a truck at the end of it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's where we build our toughness component and competitiveness, probably, and even a little selflessness. But we started at 5:56 in the morning, so they had to be there ready to go. We took them to the gym that's up the hill, the older PE building. Yeah. And we didn't want to be in the nice, beautiful new facility. We wanted some place that kind of had an old school feel to it. And so it's 2-on-2 defensive work for an hour on paper. Well, that ends up being an hour and a half because if they don't do it right, we start them over. And it's an hour and a half without a basketball. And then in the afternoon, we have a team challenge with the guys, which you saw, you mentioned the truck push. So we'll have 3 guys pushing a truck with the rest of the team sitting in the bed of the truck, and just creates a great atmosphere, gets the guys fired up. It is their hardest week of the year, but it also is probably the one that they'll appreciate the most. And like one of our guys, Davion Thomas, we give him a boot camp shirt at the end of the week, and he has his pinned up on the wall because he's that proud of it.
No, and let's talk about, you know, that looks like something that's just like a team building exercise. And once again, that's one of those, when you come in as a coach, you've got to build that culture and build that team culture. And it looks like that's something that helps bring that together.
It does, because the teams aren't always fair. Like on some of the teams, they have 4 guys pushing the truck. On some of the other teams, there are only 3 guys. So that's life. You know, basketball games aren't going to be fair. Life's not going to be fair. But you still got to find a way to compete and win. And that has to be our mentality on the basketball court. We're not always going to be the favorite. Probably in very few games are we going to be the favorite. But we still have to find a way to win and become victorious.
And let's talk about the schedule, because obviously for Trojan basketball fans, excited to see your team hit the court for the first time. But the first one, a little bit of a doozy. You've got a big one coming in for the debut of the team here, and that's getting an in-state team here in Trojan Arena.
Yep, UAB. I mean, that's a huge rivalry. Great way to get it started, because you win that game, you take care of it. I would think we're going to have an unbelievable crowd. I'm hoping that it's a sellout or close to sellout. I think we can get pretty close. And then hopefully we play the way that I know this team's capable of. People want to come back and support us and just kind of make it a snowball and just grow this thing and keep it growing. And I think the fans will really be able to relate to our guys. We're a blue-collar basketball team, going to play hard, going to do all the little things, not going to be flashy and all that, but we're going to be a tough, hard-nosed basketball team that's going to fly around defensively and create a lot of turnovers.
And get an opportunity for some folks to see some hard-nosed basketball in Trojan Arena in the Scott Cross era, and I'm looking forward to myself, and I know you're definitely looking forward to the start of the season. I want to thank you for joining me here to give us a little preview of what we can expect, and good luck on the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.